All right, let's continue. Our next presenter and speaker, he has an vision to empower you as an individual to create for yourself more joy, more freedom, and growth through financial wellness. Yep, somebody's going to talk about finances because they can affect the way you think and feel and act. So please make it welcome our next speaker, Mr. Michael De Haan.
Welcome everyone, thanks for having me. Matt, conscious awareness. That's the secret, yeah? That's where the power is, so thanks for sharing that. And I've got a lot out of all the speakers tonight because they tell a story and they've been through an experience and they share that story, so it's about the journey that they've been on. So I'm really enjoying it. Hopefully you're getting something out of it as well. I wanted to start this a bit about me. I've got a really happy moment. My son and his partner had a baby yesterday. I know you're all thinking that I'm too young to be a grandfather. You weren't supposed to laugh then, but... So again, a joyous occasion. I've just been over the moon and happy to be here tonight to, again, share that energy, share that joy with you guys. So thank you. I want to talk tonight about behaviour, beliefs around money. I'm going to talk about my story and another story that's relevant to this. I'm going to take a bit of a chance and ask Sean to come up and do a exercise in front of everyone. So fingers crossed there. I was going to do it this afternoon as a practice. We ran out of time. So, and then maybe some tips around ways that you can have a better relationship with money. Yeah, and sort of honour that relationship. So let's start just with a bit of involvement. So let's hear some stories around money that you've heard there. So bad stories around money, like money's evil, that sort of stuff there. Let's throw out some. What's the story that we've heard about money? Takers? Sorry? Was that money doesn't grow on trees? It's the root of all evil. Love that one. Yeah. There's many, I suppose, connotations around money, many, I suppose, beliefs that sort of challenge you in regard to if I'm spiritual, I can't be materialistic, as an example. So you can hold yourself back in regard to money. I want to share with you where I believe anyway a lot of these beliefs and behaviours come from, and generally speaking it's from in our last trimester before we're born up to age 7. That's our programming. So if we've gone through a sort of a scarcity mindset around money, so our family's been poor or struggled with money, if we heard stories that were told to us, you know, you're a bitch of a kid there, you always want money from us, you know, you're always demanding money. These things there we take into our programming, and a few people spoke about that tonight. And what that does is, before you're 7, you don't actually understand and ask the question back going, that doesn't make sense. Why would you say that? You just accept whatever's said to you, and that becomes part of your program, becomes part of your subconscious, yeah? The scary thing is, for me anyway, is that 95% of your life is run by your subconscious. 5% of your life is from your conscious, and your conscious is your rational, your creative, you know, that what brings you joy, and that 95% is your program, your habits, your beliefs. It's within your body. We talked about that. Sam talked about, you know, that energy, whether it be negative or positive, sitting in your body. And what we do know is that your subconscious mind is 30,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. So what I see, especially when it comes to money, I see people on autopilot. They're going into work, they're trying to earn money, they've got financial stress, they're having fights with their partner in regard to money, they need to earn more, they don't sort of appreciate or accept what they've got. They're always judging what someone's doing down the street there, and they might be in a worse situation. It's just that they lease everything, who knows. But we do make judgments around money all the time, and there is just this overall financial stress that I'm seeing out there in the world, and a part of it we've got to take on, because the stories that we tell ourselves aren't even our stories. They're stories that we adopted as part of our program and that sit within us, but they're not our story. And we can change that. We can change the program. We've got the ability to do that. We talked about responsibility and accountability before. Anyone here that has financial stress, so it should be 50, 60% of this room, can you put your hand up? Only kidding, I was only... Did anyone get all them? So, yeah. But really take that ownership and say, well, where's that stress coming from? What's my emotions around financial stress that's creating that? What I want to share with you is that financial stress is a leading cause of anxiety, depression and cancer. And it's one of the leading causes of relationship breakdown. So this is what I need to change. I don't accept that. And I want to share with you why, because what happens is that when you're in financial stress, I'll tell you my story in a moment, but when you're in financial stress, your body's always in that flight or fight. Yep. I was there for 15 years, a long time. And I didn't even really have financial stress. I had a good career in the bank. I was a money guy. I was earning good money, but I still had financial stress because I had scarcity. I had worthiness issues in regard to growing up, and that was my programming. I didn't understand that. So understanding the sort of power that you've got there in regard to creating that change there, I want you guys to go down a different pathway than I did, and I want to share that pathway with you. I'm a bit over 50, flip side of 50. Sean, you know how old I am. But what I found very hard is that I was bringing up 2 kids. Wife wasn't working at this stage, so we're going back 15, 17 years ago. And I just was getting anxious. I was having panic attacks. And then I started to go down that depression pathway, and I didn't understand why. Life was great. From the outside, I had beautiful kids, beautiful wife, beautiful home, great job. What was wrong? I couldn't work it out, but I was getting sick. And I was getting sicker. So I actually was diagnosed with prostate cancer, fairly aggressive prostate cancer, and I looked at my life, and as I said, I was depressed. I was in a bit of a dark place, didn't know why. Prostate cancer, didn't know why. And then someone said to me, well, are you going to fight this? And I said, I'll fight it. I'm happy to fight anything. Like, I've got the spirit to do that. But at the same time, if it goes the other way, I'm cool with that as well, which is pretty sad. I've only ever told one other person that story. So it's sad when you get to that level that it doesn't really matter. So whatever the outcome is, it doesn't really matter. And so I chose to fight it, but then I lost my marriage. So again, I made some poor money decisions, put our house at risk, and I suppose lost the people that were true in my life. You know, my wife and a bit of access to my kids, and brought that back around. But this is all to do with my story around financial stress. It's all to do with the fights that I had in regard to some poor decisions that I made, because I had to keep myself at a certain level. I had to sabotage because that was my programming. I didn't have any other programming. I didn't know how to actually change the program, lift that program and give it megabytes so I can go and do things that I really want to do in my life. So I want to share that with you, that story. And if I can ask Sean to come up, my guinea pig, so I'll pay you in beer. Good looking bloke. What I wanted to share with you, that I spoke about it before, is 95% of your life is run by your subconscious mind and 5% from your conscious. So I hear people coming up to me all the time, they go, I want financial freedom. I want to retire on $3 million. I want this, I want that. And I'm going, that's coming from your conscious mind. That's rational and it makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't you want that? But we spoke about before that your subconscious mind is 30,000 times more powerful, and your subconscious mind sits in your body, great body. So that's what you've got to understand, the power of this subconscious mind. If it doesn't agree with what you're trying to achieve consciously, it ain't going to work. It's going to beat you. It's just pretty powerful, yeah? I wanted to do an exercise with Sean, so we'll see how we go. So, face this way. So put your arm out here. So get your head like that and looking down, just your eyes down. So I'm going to do some testing around whether the conscious believes in some of the stuff that we're going to go through. So I'm just going to press down lightly like that. So you just give it a bit of tension, not too much. She's just strong. All right. So all I'm going to do is just do a bit of testing. So I'm going to say, can you repeat after me? My name is Sean.
My name is Sean.
Okay. Okay, it's pretty strong. My name is Rachel.
My name is Rachel.
Okay. Okay? It doesn't believe it, yeah? Say yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Be strong. Say no, no, no.
No, no, no.
Be strong. Okay. What I want you to do is think about something that brings you so much joy and happiness.
Well,
There's a story there. I'm missing something. Okay, be strong. Wow. Yep. That's aligned, isn't it? Yep. So you'll have that in your life.
Yep.
Okay. Think of something that you absolutely hate doing, absolutely detest doing. Yep. Be strong. Yeah. Okay. All I'm trying to show you there is an illustration. There's work to do around that, but I just wanted to show you how important your subconscious mind, your body never lies. And that's quite empowering. So when we talked about having a conscious awareness, that's the key. Just going, where am I stuck in my life? What do I need to change to live that better life, to live with joy and happiness? And we've talked about joy and happiness all night. So what do I need to do to change? I want to change that program. It's not my program. It was my parents, it was my siblings, it was my community. You can have it back. Yeah.
can I go back?
You can go back.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Sean. Jeez, I'm glad that worked. So that's really all I want to talk about in a sense of, I suppose, a journey. It's interesting that my background being financial planning, and I left the industry and I challenged the industry. I've got I wouldn't say enemies, but I'm actually disrupting the industry because it's not about well-being. It's not about wellness. It's about there's a product to sell, whether it be superannuation, whether it be insurances, whatever. They're misaligned to young people that want to learn, want to build confidence around money, want to understand themselves, how they make decisions around money, and want to have a better relationship around money with their partner, working towards common goals that will bring them joy and happiness. That's what it should be. There's no industry that I can see that's offering that. So I'm choosing to take that role and offer that and start to disrupt some of these financial planners, and they're listening to me because they've got to move. They've got to go with the times, and they've got to... 8% of Australians use financial planners. 92% of Australians don't use financial planners. That's got to change, but it will only change if financial planners are more holistic and show more care, show more love in regard to looking after their clients the way they should. So just wanted to share that with you. Look at what's holding you, look at what's getting you stuck. Everyone here can change it. Everyone here can have financial freedom. There's many people in this room that probably have, but you can make the change. You can create that conscious awareness. I love that word, I'm going to pinch it. You can have that conscious awareness, look at where you're stuck, look at your emotions around money, and then decide to make some changes, and then you've really got to change that habit. That's the hardest bit, changing a habit, but boy, the results are great. Thank you.